we'll start with this masterclass on driving admissions at segment level for K-12 schools. Okay, so let's get rolling. Hi, I am Sumit, co-founder of Vidhi's Education. I'll quickly introduce myself. I am an engineer and I started my journey from Saint Gobain. Post that, I did my MBA and then joined ITC. At ITC, I was working in various sales and marketing positions for the food brands, and spent around close to 10 years there at ITC. Post that, I joined Tata Global Beverages and was heading the marketing for some of the national and regional brands of the Tata Tea portfolio. 2011 is when I stepped into the education sector, worked with the People Combined Group, which ran Oak Ridge International Schools, OI Preschools, Westbury, and the Vikas Junior Colleges. I was heading marketing, and then was the chief operating officer at People Combined. And 2014 is when my partner and me, we both started our journey into the consulting part in the K-12 sector. So it was more in the education over the last 15 years. We have consulted preschools, school chains, edtech companies, and higher education companies as well. And with Vidhi's Education, right now we are working. We have worked with over 200 plus schools across the globe. More than 5 lakh students impacted. Our team has more than 300 years of total experience, and we are into the 9 service verticals. Have worked with a lot of marquee brands in the country. Typically, we have given around 30 to 50% admission growth. We have worked on operations, on cost optimization, improving the EBITDA margins for the schools, help them in retaining the retention of students, and delivering NPS growth anywhere between 15 to 50%. So that's what we have been doing. What we do is that we are not only into the advisory services, but we are, on ground, hands-on into the execution part as well. So that's what, can we close that door, please? So that's what we do, take end-to-end ownership, help in execution, deliver on measurable outcomes, and give customized solutions, get involved in a lot of training programs for whichever teams that we are working with. Yes, Ria, we can move on. So when it comes to end-to-end services, we start right there from the feasibility study to providing exits to school groups, owners who want to exit the school business as well. So it's an end-to-end service that over the years we have built up, right from a campus design, architectural services, to helping them, launch, upgrade school facilities, to the next vertical is on, yes, Ria. So we also provide virtual chief, the chief human resource officer, help schools in sourcing of people across operations, teachers, admissions, and then it comes to when it comes to academics, if we provide a virtual chief academic officer or a chief product officer to schools who need help on designing a strong academic curriculum for themselves. We also look at providing the teacher training services for the schools. Admissions and marketing services is one of the biggest vertical that we work with schools on, wherein we help schools not only to market their product offering, but also to help them convert the walk-ins that come into their campuses. We also help them to position their product in a way that it comes out as a very differentiated product in the market. When it comes to operations, not only do we help them across various verticals of operations, be it transport, food, maintenance, but we also have a very strong audit service. And that audit services are not only for operations, but it is for across any function that you take for a school. Typically, we have found that a lot of schools do not follow the maker and the checker concept. They keep doing on the making, but what they typically miss out is on the checker process. And they do not have an audit department, so as to say. We've seen that happening both with a standalone as well as with the group schools as well. Post the sixth vertical that we have is on the financial management services, which is offering a virtual CFO to organizations who need support with that. Ria, you can do all together. Then there is a virtual CTO on technology today, enhances the efficiency and the effectiveness of the product delivery at a school. And there are a lot of digital enablement that is required there. We also launched Edupreneurs program it's a year-long 52 masterclasses program where people who want to actually learn end-to-end right from a vision to a capstone project right towards the end, taking them through various master classes like this and making them understand more in depth of various functions that are there at a school. And the last is what we have recently launched is the V World School franchisee model. So there schools who are planning to set up and are looking at end-to-end hand-holding, they can opt for the V World School franchisee model as well. So these are the 9 verticals which are there. And as I explained, audit services for across all these 9 verticals. Yes, Ria. So coming to the survey results, 207 people participated, in that survey where we had asked that in which academic segment are you currently facing the most significant enrollment challenge. And pre-primary seems to be the pain point. And pre-primary is the foundation, and that is what feeds into the full school. So followed by primary, senior secondary, and middle. My experience working with over 200 schools now has been that with a lot of preschools coming closer to the vicinity, closer to the K-12 schools. Yes, there has been a challenge, but as long as the schools are able to get their product right, that is something that is well addressable. So we will come to that, and yeah, we move to the next slide. So this is the first poll that we want all of you to respond quickly on. What are your current challenges? Is it the academic rigor? Is it the admissions? Is it the retention of staff? So that poll would have popped up on your screen. So you can opt for whichever is your current challenge, or, it's a multiple choice query. So is it student retention, hiring, audit, operations SOP, or is it profitability for your school? Yeah. Okay, can we have the results?
So, Sumit, most of the respondents have given admissions as the biggest challenge. It accounts for 48% of the total.
Okay, which is why all of them are here. Okay, great, fantastic. Let's move. So the discussion agenda, I would say, is about 4P, but we are going to pick up the 3Ps now and not the fourth one. So uh, the first one is about product enhancement. Now there are a lot of things that that we are already, as a school would be working on, but there are little bit of tinkering that can always be done, and if uh, those steps are taken, the product comes out even more stronger. So product enhancement is one of the things that we are going to talk about across all the segments. The second thing is about positioning. How do you position? That is something that we are not covering today in this master class. But positioning, how do you position your product in a way that it comes across as a very differentiated offer, which nobody else in your local area is actually talking about? Uh, the other aspect that we are going to talk about is the marketing strategy across various segments, be it the primary or the primary or the secondary or the senior secondary. And the last aspect that we are going to touch upon is on people, the counseling approach. How do we do the counseling in a way that the conversions are better? Yeah, let's move. So coming to product enhancement in the pre-primary segment, this is the second poll that you all need to respond to. So there was a study done by International Journal of Social Science and Education Research examining the factors influencing parents' preschool selection. So what do you think is the most important factor parents look for in pre-primary? Yeah. You have to just choose one of them. Is it cleanliness? Is it teachers? Is it learning to learn focus? Is it safety and security protocols? Is it proximity to home, workplace? Or is it a welcoming environment? What is the most important factor that parents are looking for? So these were the factors, incidentally, which the research had. And do we have the responses?
Yes, Sumit. So the highest response is being given to safety and security protocols with
So there you go.
30%.
So, right. So safety and security protocols did come across as the highest or the most important factor that parents are looking for. Safety and security protocols. A lot of times, K-12 schools, uh, in your pitch, forget about it. You take it for granted because that is something which is hygiene for you. But this is what the pre-primary parents, the most important factor, are looking for. We'll cover all these. Yes, Riya, we move ahead. The other question that we have is what percentage of a child's brain development do you think occurs in the first 2000 days? Is it 50 to 60%? Is it 70 to 80%? Is it 90%? Or is it 100%? Yeah. Do we have the responses? We'll have to be quick. There's a lot to cover.
Um, yeah, so there are 61% of 52% of people who have voted 90% as the
Brilliant.
answer.
So this is a research which was done by Harvard University, Center on the Developing Child at Harvard University, and 90% of a child's brain gets developed in the first 2000 days. Now, all these are linked to the subsequent slides that we are talking about. Let's move. So what's the strategic importance of pre-primary segment? Now, one of the things that the counselors at the school or the coordinators or people associated with the pre-primary segment of K-12 schools have to speak about is that 90% of a child's brain develops in the first 2000 days. And these are the most important days in a life of a child. And this is where you just cannot compromise upon. And you must give the best that is available to your child. And that's the best investment you can do. And then you speak about what is it that you are offering at your school. But this one single statement makes them sit up and take you a far more seriously to whatever you are talking about. Academic foundation is what gets developed at this stage. And then obviously if they are in a formal K-12 school, then transition to a formal schooling becomes far more easier for them. They do not have to go through the stress of shifting to another school, making newer friends, a new environment altogether. And then for you, it is a feeder for grades 1 to 12. Very, very critical. And therefore, you cannot allow the value for money to go in an adverse way for you. You need to work on how do you deliver more and more and more value at this segment, and how do you position it in a very, very strong way. So few of the things that typically should happen, can we move, is about how early are you getting students into your campus. So are you going, do you start only from nursery, or do you have a pre-nursery as well? Do you start from pre-nursery, or do you have a parent toddler program as well? So the sooner you are able to create that funnel, the better it would be for the child. Because remember, 90% of the brain gets developed in the first 2000 days of a child's life. Now, if there is a structured program given to the child at the school, that is the best input that a parent can give it to the child. So if at a product level, you are able to start from earlier than nursery, then it becomes easier for you to actually make more impact on the child's journey. The second thing that the schools must look at offering is an integrated daycare solution, because a lot of you will be working or operating only for say 3 to 4 hours of a day for this segment. But if you are able to give a daycare solution as well, then you solve a big problem in the parent's life. The next is about when you're positioning your brand, if you are able to give a global pedagogy blend, in this segment, then it also works, be it your Finnish or your IB or your Waldorf or your Montessori or a Cambridge. You will be able to differentiate, because this is something that schools nearby will not be offering. And therefore, you will have a very strong RTB, a reason to believe, for your parents. We worked with certain schools to great efficacy and introduced a curriculum called a 4F model, which is about food science, farming, first aid, and financial literacy. We brought concepts to the level of a nursery, a junior KG, a senior KG student, and made them interested in more daily learning on this. Particularly something which really cut very well with the parents was on the food science and farming. The thought there was that a lot of students at that age are very finicky about what they eat, which color they'll eat, only white or they'll eat only colored, nothing color on their plate is what they will opt for. And when the parents see that the school is taking a lot of effort to make children think in a different way for food, then they get very impressed. So in these food science curriculum, you have all the tomatoes and the potatoes, the vegetables and the fruits being made superheroes. And a lot of stories are told around that. In the farming, they are made to grow a lot of these vegetables in the class. And when they see that growth, when they see that effort that is going in, when they get a star, that if they have finished their water bottle, if they have taken one vegetable in the day, and if they have taken one fruit or a nut in the day, and they get a star on their hand, that matters a lot for the child. And it matters a lot for the parent, because the parent is very happy that somebody is there who is rubbing shoulder to shoulder with them and helping their children eat better and eat healthy, and also learning a life skill there. The other aspect which we spoke about, which is very, very important for the parent, is the demarcated safety zones. So you need to have demarcated blocks that prevent, strict interaction with older students at the school. A lot of students love scribbling at this age. Do your classrooms provide walls with a kind of scribbling board where children can actually be involved in this? Or do they have busy bee boards? We'll see some of these pictures quickly as we move to the next slides. The other thing that matters is a two-ready hygiene. Spotless and odorless washrooms, anti-skid tiles, no pointed edges. How much thought has gone into building the learning spaces matters a lot for the parents at this age. So you have to ensure that this is in place. Do you have a minimum three adult rule in the class, a teacher, an assistant, and a didi always available at the school, combined with no blind spots, zero blind spots in the school? The CCTV coverage is there. The moment you speak about these things, it cuts a good, it is really valued by the end user. Yeah. So this is what we were looking at. You have looking glasses put up there, scribbling blackboards, sensorial experiences in your campus, a learning wall with busy boards, outdoor play road track, or you have simple wooden puzzles in your school where children are doing a lot of activities here. Yeah. Again, certain other walls outdoors, that you can put up, music wall there, footprint, sound play, pulley system, whole lot of options, lace tying option. Very, very cost effective ways of putting across the point that how much fun and playful the whole curriculum is. Yes. What is it that you do? Do students walk into your campus, or do they jump and hop into your campus? So there are directions. There is a hopscotch game that you can put up, a climbing wall, sandboxes, tunnels. Most of them you would be doing an outdoor wooden art easel. Yeah. This is what I was talking about. How are your floors in your pre-primary section? That makes a lot of difference, and that makes it more playful. You have your dress-up centers, you have your friendship bench, storytelling, language development, kaleidoscope, roofs, reading corners. How well you are able to make your learning space, how well you have designed it, how you have used every possible space will really make your offer stand out more stronger compared to anybody else in the vicinity. Yes, please. Again, your learning spaces, are they colorful? Are they, very, very engaging? Yeah. Clean washrooms, sick bay areas. Yeah, they have to be spotless, clean, colorful. Children must love to actually go in there. Yeah, not the sick bay, the clean washrooms. And yeah. So moving on to the primary, now we are just talking about what product features, benefits you can bring in at the various segments, which will help you position stronger. Now, coming to the primary segment, what are parents looking for in the primary segment? Is it safety, security? Is it school reputation? Is it the school culture or the curriculum quality, teaching staff quality, or the extracurricular? Again, this was an empirical study using spherical fuzzy analytic primary school selection. Yes, Ria, can we have the results?
Yeah, so people think that it is curriculum quality that actually it's juggling between multiple options.
This research, the result again came. It was the number one concern is about safety and security. So other factors are important, but that is what the parents, that was the single most important factor which came in from the research. Again, emphasizing that, this is something that we really can't take for granted. And when we are doing a counseling or we are talking about a product, we must talk in great depth about how the school is safe and secure for their children. Yes, please. So again, what are the things that can actually be done? A very minor tinkering to be done in your product that you are offering. Some of you might be doing some of these, and whatever you are not doing, you can actually look at taking it up. One of the key things that one can do is actually set up a goal setting exercise. So right at the start of the academic year, a child must state what are his or her goals for the year, be it in the academic, beyond academics, or co-curricular activities, or it is in their personal, sphere. So some of the children in this segment, they speak about spending more time with their parents. They also speak about, a grade 4 child I saw in one of the schools speaking about to address their anger issues. So that is on their personal front. So when you give a structure like that and you also put it in your timetable, that uh, time periods at a fixed frequency where the child reflects on where they have reached on their goal and on the action plan, the parent gets to understand that, hey, the school is really serious and values and understands that every child is unique, and the school has that ability or a system through which it is able to address the unique need of my child. So that makes a lot of difference. It makes a lot of impact, and it will also give you a very strong differentiation compared to any other school in your vicinity. Also, if your school already has digital content, then that makes the learning more engaging in the classroom. And it's a great thing to actually have, because all learners will not learn the same way. Similarly, if you have all your topics mapped to certain learning kits, then that makes a lot of difference. Or if you are conducting your classes in labs, it doesn't matter that you have to go to a composite lab in your grade 7th or 8th or 9th, or to the special chemistry, biology, and other labs. But when you are able to make the students visit labs, uh, whenever they have an appropriate topic or a thing, it makes a lot of difference. Today, there are schools which are actually providing AI mentors to students. So anytime, after the school hours, if the child has any query, it's asking the AI mentor and getting the right answers on that way. Our technology team has also worked on this product and has prepared something exciting there. Does your class have an exit ticket assessment? Before the end of the class, it's not that the teacher has come, delivered the lecture and then left. It also has whether there is an exit ticket assessment before the class ends, so that the teacher knows what children have actually picked up and what is something that she or he will have to emphasize on more in the next class. The other thing that I strongly recommend is about the student analysis report. I call it the SAR. So it's about, it's in a very simple way, it's an Excel sheet. You have the student's name written, and then various columns you have inputs by various teachers who actually work with the child. So it starts with the goal. So if the goal that the child has written is that I want to score higher in maths, and the second goal is that I want to be in the football team. The third goal is that I want to participate or feel more confident. So the teacher, the class teacher, and the other teachers who interact with the child actually write their remarks on how the child has been able to, work towards achievement of those goals. Then it is followed with all the assessments that you have, whether it is in academics, sports, performing arts, so on and so forth. Followed by what are the challenges that the child actually needs to still work on, be it on memory retention, be it on discipline, time management, focus. So there are 12 such things that have been identified where most of the children will fall into those areas which they really need to work on to develop themselves better. We call it the calmed model. And we train actually teachers on that, then so that if you have a certain kind of a challenge, then how should be the SOP, the standard operating procedure, to work towards addressing and helping the child overcome that challenge. This complete format then also has what role does the parent play in working towards making the child a better human. And then there is an overall remark. Typically, we have seen that all that happens is only the result analysis which happens, and that too, that result analysis happens, for the board grades. But this student analysis report, if it happens right from, the early years, that makes a very, very significant impact on the parent, that again addressing that the school genuinely believes that every child is unique and goes to that minute detail where multiple teachers are actually giving their feedback on the child and helping my child improve upon whatever challenges he or she is facing. Student portfolios, every grade, there should be a student portfolio which should be built up where child's work is shown. Communication and confidence building. For a couple of schools who wanted this, we actually wrote a complete curriculum for them on communication and confidence building. So it's not that that most of the classes we are actually giving opportunity for our students to speak or answer queries or ask or making them confident, or we have our clubs or certain opportunities during the Founders Day that we are doing. It's not only about that, it's also about that what else are we doing? Do we teach this as a subject? And if you see, communication is one of the 4 C's that we are talking about in the we are talking about in the 21st century skills as well. The other thing that we are talking about is the activity-based and experiential learning. So how deeply rooted the curriculum is on experiential learning. If you have hands-on learning kits mapped or you have the digital content mapped, then that actually works wonderfully in placing your curriculum or your product differentiated compared to the others. Yeah. Also, does your school offer a bridge and a support program? If somebody has, transferred in the middle of the session, how does your school help them adapt to the guy? Do you give a buddy? Do you give a mentor to the child? How do you make them become better is what really helps. Yes, let's move on. Coming to the middle school, yeah. So poll number 5, what are parents looking for in middle secondary? Select the most important factor according to you. Is it the academic rigor? Is it mentoring? Is it safety and anti-bullying? Is it the STEM clubs? Is it the quality labs? Is it the career orientation? What is it you feel parents are looking for in the middle and secondary? Yes, they are looking for all, but what is the most important factor according to you? You have to select one. Yeah. We can have that, Sriram. Just keep it with you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Ria, what's the output?
So folks think that it is 28% of them say that it's academic rigor that the parents look for.
In the middle and secondary?
Yes,
Okay.
35% now agree with the same.
Okay, got it. So it totally depends on how your school is positioned. If your school is positioned on the academics, then that is what you will find most of your parents talking about that. If it is on the holistic, then there is a lot where academic doesn't get compromised upon, but still those enough ample opportunities the school is providing to give them a complete, holistic outlook. So that's good. Yeah, let's move on. Again, if these are few of the product enhancements, if you have them, great. If you don't have, you involve them or get them into your curriculum. It will do a lot of good for you to get more, to create more impact on students and thereby helping you get more admissions. Lab on roll, we were talking about if you're doing some of the maths classes in the lab, maths lab, that's great. Or else if you have a lab on roll where hands-on kits are brought in when you're teaching them a particular topic, makes a lot of difference. How you are doing a logical, analytical thinking integration. Again, there are schools we work with who have 21st century skills as a period in their timetable. And if it's a 40-week and 40 sessions are provided, 10 each are provided on creativity as a curriculum, collaboration as a curriculum, communication as a curriculum, critical thinking as a curriculum. We wrote curriculums on these for certain of our clients, and they got outstanding results from this. And that actually helps you to differentiate from anybody else who are only saying it's integrated into the curriculum. Yeah, my maths topic is there, and my last question is about critical thinking. First of all, 60% of the people or 70% of the students may not even reach to the last level where critical thinking they have to apply. But when you teach critical thinking as a subject, then a bulk of them get an exposure to at least at least considerable number of the concepts on how to think critically. So that these are skills which actually schools require, and these are things or subjects that actually needs to be woven into the academics. And the sooner we do that, the more beneficial it will be for the child and for the school as well. The other thing that matters a lot in this segment, we have seen school after school after school, is doing a mentor-mentee program where every teacher has 6 to 10 students with them. And They actually guide them not only on the academics or the other challenges that they are having, but they also help them in their behavioral challenges. They help them in their career aspects, and they build that rapport. So there is, beyond a class teacher also, you have a mentor whom you can go to, talk to, and get a different perspective altogether, or on things that you are not comfortable talking to your siblings, friends, or your parents on that matter. So that's a wonderful initiative if you can roll out in your schools. The other thing that does wonderfully well is recognizing every child for the unique aspect that they have. You know, whether you are an elephant or a bird or a fish or a monkey, we will assess you how you climb up this tree. Now, there are students who are great readers, who are very disciplined, who are very empathetic, but nobody recognizes them. Their complete journey through the school happens and they never get onto the podium. Now, if you as a school are able to recognize every single student for the unique ability that he or she has, you can do wonderfully well for their confidence levels. And once you are able to do that, the child life is impacted and it can take a different course altogether. And we have seen this happening year after year, school after school, geography after geography. Research orientation. Do you provide your students opportunities to write research papers, get them published? If you're able to do that, again, great thing. Are you working on team-based projects? And when you do that, do you assess them? And does it come in your report cards? Let's move. Club leadership pipelines, months, which are there now. One of the things I've seen school after school is that there are few students who will go and represent the school in certain months. It shouldn't happen like that. If you're doing it for grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, all your students in that grade must be given an opportunity to actually represent a country for the topic being covered on MAN. Because when that happens, there are a lot of fence sitters who actually need a gentle push or an opportunity like this to participate and then have a totally different experience altogether. So if your initiatives are impacting 100% of your students, then you can claim that you have taken that initiative. If it is impacting very few, then great, good for those students. But then that is not something as a school you should be doing. Your initiatives should impact 100% of the students. The closer you are to that number, the better it is for your students and for your school. Labs, a lot of schools have now started doing that. After school activities program, so that if the child comes to the school, everything is taken care. They don't have to really go out of the school to actually look at, getting more skills exposure. Yes, please. Are you doing a student internship programs? There are breaks during summers when it is happening. I remember starting this when I used to run schools. From grade 8th onwards, and children going and if you want to be a doctor, they go and so Yashoda Hospital in Hyderabad used to run a junior doctors program where school students were allowed to come and experience what doctors do. And certain students, after visiting there, decide that yes, doctors is the profession that they want to take, and certain decided no, this is not the place that we need to go. So a lot of clarity comes when that happens. So in your area of interest, if you are able to drive a student internship program, and then again it should not be a tick mark job, it must be assessed. Students must be given an opportunity to present, and the circle should close with the feedback. And that's when it will be impactful. Yes, please. Coming to senior secondary. Now, what are parents looking for? Again, poll number 6, select the most important factor according to you. Quick, please. Is it career counseling? Is it college application support? Are you providing certification programs, structured internships, after school professional coaching in sports and arts, coaching for competitive exams? What is it that parents are looking for in senior secondary?
So the folks think that it is career counseling. So
Brilliant. Great. Again, career counseling, as we were talking about, let's keep moving, is not about only starting in grade 11th. It has to start far more earlier. And there are a lot of things that you as a school can do which will help you to retain. A lot of schools we go today, we see that K-12 schools have become K-10. They are just not able to go to a grade 11th and 12th. So there are people who are doing strategic tie-ups with coaching institutes, and it should not be only science-based is what we recommend. It should not be for the NEET and the JEE. It should be for the CLAT, for the CA foundation courses and others. If you are going, then offer that for your commerce, humanities and science as well. A lot of time we have seen that when you do something like this, there are a lot of students who pick up science at your school and they do not go for the institute tie-up option. They actually want to do just normal science because there are so many options available today in science which are beyond the needs and the JEE. The other thing is about internship program. If you have one, that will do wonders. We also do career notes program is what we recommend our schools to do. So essentially you pick up a topic, you pick up a profession and you explain that what opportunities are available in this profession, how can you impact by being in this profession, what are the subjects you need to be good to pick up this profession, which are the institutes post grade 12th that you can apply for in India, outside India, where you can get the skill set for this profession. So if you have a weekly career note going to the parents and students and something which you can share with your prospective for admissions as well, then they know that this school is very serious on the career option and they have really done a good job, and my child is in safe hand. He or she will get a good support system as far as career guidance is concerned. Schools can have the guest lecture series, inviting their alumni or their industry professionals. Again, similar portfolio can be used for the mentor network also. The other mentor-mentee we were talking about are the teachers with the students. This is from your alumni, or a lot of people outside are very interested in actually mentoring students and the next generation. Live industry products. Now, this is something that we do. These projects we get particularly when we work for the higher education. But there are schools where we have been very successful and getting, particularly in the digital marketing arena, where we have got certain live projects, being given to the students, and that's really good. Also, a psychometric testing, it helps identify the areas of interest for the students. Then personalized career counseling. Now here, at the start of the year, when you're talking about the goals, what career you want to opt for is also one part of the goal for students at this grade. And then, the counselor is able to help on that. Mentor-mentee, we spoke about. College application support services. If your school offers, then that's brilliant, which is their university fairs. Are you able to participate or bring universities onto your campus? And is there any dual certification programs that you are running? Have you tied up with a Coursera, or have you identified courses which students can do during the summer break. And if you have very simple thing to do, career counseling team of yours can do, coordinators can do, or you yourself can do. And once it is rolled out, students can opt for those programs, but the impact it makes on the parents is humongous. Let's move. So who conducts your admissions, operations, and academic audits? Is it your internal team? Is it your external third-party auditors? Is it a combination of both? Or you do not conduct any audits? Audits are very important for you to do whatever you are doing, unless and until you don't audit it, and you do not have a clear need gap analysis, you will never be able to work on what needs to improve. So this is a standing reminder for you to improve your efficiency, to improve your effectiveness. And yeah, what's the output?
Combination of both, Sumit. A lot of schools do that.
Let's move.